Alright, let's get settled in here. What's up, Rebels? It is Chunky Monkey 40 here. And today, we're going to be retouching on the things you didn't know about the General Lee video that I did quite a while ago, actually. And it's actually one of my biggest videos, which thank you guys so much for that. That's pretty crazy. That's got over 215,000 views. Yeah, so in this video, I figured I'd kind of retouch on some of the facts that I messed up in that video. I've gotten quite a lot of hate comments on the video, and you know, to their credibility, I did mess up a few things. And so that's what we're going to address here in this video. So be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more awesome content like this. And don't forget to go and check out chunkymonkey40.com/shop if you want to get yourself some awesome General Lee merchandise. They call me the General because I generally don't give a fuck. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. But I hope it's okay that I got some McDonald's here. And I'm starving, okay? So I kind of want to eat this. Excuse me. Got myself a nice old hamburger.
Do you think maybe you could eat that sandwich later?
I'm starving.
I ordered a double, but it's a single. What the fuck? And yeah, I don't do cheese. I have colitis. So good. Alright, so as we all know, the General Lee is obviously the truck from the 1980s hit TV show, Knight Rider. It was driven by Bo Duke and navigated by Luke Duke. And lots of people are very curious as to how the car came about. So when Sony Pictures was coming up with ideas for Knight Rider, they knew they needed a cool car to be the star of the show. That was just kind of the thing back in the 80s. You needed to have a cool fucking car. And they already had one hell of an awesome cast. I mean, they had David Spade cast to play Bo Duke, Adam Sandler as Luke Duke, and Roseanne Barr as the sexy Daisy Duke. That Roseanne Barr got a lot of kids through puberty back in the 80s, I'll tell you what. And then Bryan Cranston played Uncle Jesse. But when it came to the car, they were pretty stumped. You know what this needs? This needs a little bit of barbecue sauce. Thank God I got some right here. Hell yeah. Put some of that in the wrapper. That was delicious. Anyways, though, directors Stephen King and Vince Gilligan had several ideas as to what car they should use for the General Lee. Vince Gilligan was very fond of the 2004 Pontiac Aztek. It was very well in their show budget, but they had some issues obtaining the car because it really wasn't invented at the time. Stephen King, however, he took a liking to the 1958 Plymouth Fury, and after several massive fistfights broke out in the writer's room, they compromised and decided to use the 1970 Dodge Charger. And now I myself was guilty of making the claim that they used the 1969 Dodge Charger, but that's just not true. There's a lot of misinformation out there about the General Lee's design, so let's get to that. The first thing people are always wrong about is the doors. The doors on all the stunt cars were actually duct taped shut. They were never not duct taped shut. The producers did that because they wanted to protect the mannequins that were inside the car. A lot of people think that the stunts were done by stunt drivers. That's not true either. The 80s was a time where some of the most innovative technological advances were made. The 1970 Dodge Charger used on Knight Rider was actually originally equipped with a 460 big block. That's how they sold them from the factory. But in 1977, 460 big blocks were banned in the United States due to the passing of the New Green Deal. So the car used on Knight Rider was actually converted to be 100% electric. And so they drove the car using a remote control, and that's also how they did all the stunts and everything. And surprisingly, they only used one 1970 Dodge Charger throughout the entire show. I can't believe that car lasted 147 episodes after some of those crazy jumps. And the car is still around to this day. You can actually go see this indestructible car at the Hollywood Star Cars Museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I went there myself last year and it was so cool to go see it. So here's the part that everybody argues about. What was the exact color of General Lee? Some people say he was Corvette Flame Red, others say he was Hugger Orange or Hemi Orange. But no, that's not true. General Lee was white. You're thinking of Donald Trump. I mean, look at the difference. You could clearly tell Trump is orange and Robert E. Lee is white. I know it's kind of hard to tell because of the picture of General Lee being in black and white, but that's the truth. Now, as for the car from Knight Rider, General Lee, that car was a bright sky blue. Now, I know what you may be thinking. There's no way, it looks orange. Well, maybe so, but I took it upon myself to use my connections, and I spoke with the mechanic who originally built the car. He was the one who removed the 460 big block and converted the car over to electric. He also did all the painting on the car, put the graphics on, all that fun stuff. He's an expert. We spoke on the phone a little bit about it. Here's what he had to say.
Listen, motherfucker, the General Lee is sky
tell you, sky blue. I know it is because I painted it.
Thank you very much, Stevie Wonder, for clearing that up for us. On Knight Rider, the General Lee was just as important as the actors. The whole purpose of the car was for it to be the star of the show. I mean, what's Knight Rider without the General Lee? You gotta have the General Lee. The show would not have been the same if they would have had like a blacked out Trans Am or something. That would have sucked. This isn't Smokey and the Bandit we're talking about Knight Rider. Vince Gilligan and Stephen King gave the car some incredible superpowers. The car was able to talk, it could time travel, drive underwater, and of course, the car could even fly. Before Knight Rider came around, that had never been heard of. Cars didn't fly, except for in the Flintstones. You know, the little futuristic cartoon from like the 60s or something? I think that's when the Flintstones was made. Yeah, and there they had flying cars, but in the 80s, that was never heard of. In several episodes, the General Lee was actually equipped with 2 AR-15s that could be fired simply by the push of a button on the dashboard. Those episodes were kind of similar to the amazing James Bond movies we saw, which of course starred the Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent. And which another fun fact about that, Vince Gilligan and Stephen King actually wanted Ted Nugent to be the narrator of Knight Rider. But unfortunately at the time, Ted Nugent was very busy organizing PETA rallies out in LA, so he was unable to do it, so they ended up getting Dr. Phil to play the part.
You dumbass! Kid Rock was the narrator!
What? Oh, shit. That's right, I forgot about that, sorry.
You stupid bastard!
Kid Rock, not Dr. Phil, it was Kid Rock who narrated the show. Sorry, I always mix those two up. But Knight Rider aired and it became a hit with the public. I mean, it had 147 episodes and it wound up building some pretty incredible careers for some of the actors. Actor Danny DeVito, who played Boss Hogg, he actually wound up getting hired by the Frito-Lay company to star in some Doritos commercials as the Danny Dorito. And believe it or not, but do you remember that dumbass sheriff, Roscoe? That guy actually went on to cheating his way into becoming the President of the United States. And surprisingly, after all these years, even as President of the United States, he still stays in character as that numbskull dipstick sheriff.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Everybody's a dipstick.
I know what you're thinking, and you're like, man, Sheriff Roscoe has really gotten stupider over the years. You're right, he has. But he's not nearly as stupid as someone who actually believed a single thing I've said in this entire video. Look at the date. Happy April Fool's Day, motherfuckers. I hope you enjoyed this fucking disaster of a video. I kind of pulled this out of my ass last minute. Figured it'd be something funny to do for April Fool's Day. For the last 2 years, I've been getting tons of hate comments on my videos, all because of the fact that I messed up just a couple small facts in my things you didn't know about the General Lee video. So I just figured, you know what, fuck it, let's have some fun with it. Cause yes, I did mess up a couple small things, but I'm learning as I go here, guys. That video was made like 2 years ago. It was made in 2021. It's very hard doing research for these types of videos. Not this one, of course, but videos like Cooter's Tow Truck, which by the way, thank you so much for over 200,000 views in less than a month on that video. That is crazy. I've never done that before on my YouTube career, so I seriously just want to say thank you guys so much for that. It means the world to me, and it's super exciting to see, you know, one of my videos perform like that. I've never had that happen before. I almost forgot to add this in, but thank you so much to my buddy Mark Henley for hopping on the phone with me and recording that little line pretending to be Stevie Wonder. You guys gotta go check out his stuff. He's awesome. This dude drives a General Lee Ford Fusion. It's fucking awesome. I'll put a video of him actually right here.
How you doing? What's up, man? You really about black? Yeah.
His Instagram is Uncle Tom Sellout. You guys gotta go check him out. I have plenty more real informational videos about the Dukes of Hazzard coming very soon. The next video that I will be releasing is about Rich Sefton's stand-up General Lee. That video is coming very, very soon. I'm already done rough cutting the video. Now I just have to go through, finalize it, but I just wanted to take a little bit of a break and release this for April Fool's Day. But you can expect the stand-up General Lee video within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. And again, happy April Fool's Day. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to share it around with some of your friends who are also interested in Dukes of Hazzard. Let's drive them a little bit crazy and mess with them a bit. And if this is your first time seeing a video of mine, I'm sorry we had to meet like this. This is not normally the type of content that I do on my channel, but man, I just had to have some fun with it. I couldn't help myself. I promise I'm not an idiot most of the time. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, go and watch one of my other ones and you'll see that for yourself. I spend a lot of time and take a lot of pride in my research on all my videos, and I would say for being 20 years old, I do a pretty damn good job. But y'all, that is it for the video. Be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel for more awesome Dukes of Hazzard content like this. Well, again, not like this. That's just kind of, you know, me being in the force of habit of saying that at the end of every video. But with all that said and out of the way, I am ChunkyMonkey40 at YouTube.com. Go follow me on my social media pages, Instagram and Facebook. Both of those are also ChunkyMonkey40. But until next time, guys, stay rebel and keep on generally not giving a fuck what the haters say.
Just some good old boys. Never mean no harm. Beats all you ever saw in trouble with